How much did you make your first month?
My first month, wait, let's talk about my first week.
Okay, first week.
Fully booked.
Yeah.
I think I made my rental back in about 8 days or something.
Your rental for the place?
My rent for that apartment.
Let's say your rental is about
7.5. I made it back in my
your first week. So that means the next 3 weeks it's profit.
And this is why I don't understand why people want me to buy a property. I'm like,
nah, there's no need to buy property.
There's no need,
especially at your age.
Yes, that's another thing.
And especially with what's going on in the country right now, like it makes no sense to buy your
unless you're buying it to stay in it, like you want to live in it.
Yeah, you still that's
the thing. I don't
like
want to
you might go to New York and do Airbnb. Dropshipping. As a beginner, I would have started selling on Takealot because I didn't have to learn about, well, if I started then, about Facebook marketing and Google marketing, which is most of the hardest things that you can do as a beginner if you want to sell online as a drop shipper or just selling online generally. What's up, guys? Yet another day that we are going to be discussing how to make money, but I thought I would switch it up a little bit. And actually, this is my first guest that I'm having. I've never tried this before.
You didn't tell me this.
I'm going to tell you that. So I have a guest, and I'm going to be doing this frequently with you guys because I want to bring other people that are making other streams of income that doesn't include Takealot or e-commerce, so that you guys can look at options that you can try and see if it will work for you. So this is my first guest. I'll be bringing more guests on this channel, so make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, make sure that you guys follow me and follow my guest. All the links are down there, so make sure that you guys go find all those links and follow basically the guests that I'll be having. So today we have a lady Q, right? Lady Q. Your real name is Lenisile. So welcome. Thank you so much for making thank you so much for coming, right?
Thank you for having me.
I know you wanted to be the way that money works, guys. She told me that it's either I dance or I pay for this interview.
It's honestly up to you.
Really. So at the end of the day, we're gonna see which one goes.
TikTok dance.
I might just pay you.
I'm vouching
the way that I hate dancing. I might just pay you. Anyway, so just to introduce her, Lady Q made her first million this year at the age of 25, running her Airbnbs without any property. And the best part is that she actually teaches the skill. So we're gonna get to know her a little bit better. And after that, what we're gonna do is get into how she actually does it. How did she make a million? And how long did it take? All the questions that you guys want to know, I'm going to make sure that I ask these questions. I'm going to, private questions here, editing, what. I'm going to make sure you guys get all the answers that you might need to actually be like her.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, okay, so let's get started. Just give me your background. So the thing is, I've watched some of your lives, and this is the first thing that I've ever seen, especially with African cultures, is that I've never heard anyone say they're orphan, right? So it's always like, even if you don't have parents, we don't actually say
yes. Like exactly. They were raised by someone else in the community.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
So just give me your background, where you come from, before we actually dive into the money side of things.
All right. So I am originally from KZN, and I lost both my parents when I was newborn. So yes, they did look for not neighbors, like distant relatives, cousins, aunties or something. Couldn't find anyone. So for that reason, I was raised in an orphanage. My sister and I. So the only relative that I know is my sister.
So you do have a sibling?
I have a sibling. I have an older sister only.
So, okay, so, all right, so after you've lost your parents, what happened after that? Like, the way that you say orphan, I want to understand. So did your sister raise you, or you went to be, like, how does it work?
My sister was 4 at the time, and I was newborn. So we were raised in an orphanage, yeah.
Wow, cute.
Yeah. So yeah, we were raised in an orphanage from that age until we were old enough to leave, which is 18.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've just always been having to kind of fend for yourself. As much as there is a structure there and you do have the basics, you still kind of have to look out for yourself.
So there's like often like what's this? What do you call it? where you go if you're an orphan, like the houses.
An orphanage.
Yeah, orphanage.
Yeah.
So they are in South Africa. Like this
A lot
is the
of
first.
them.
Like
Really?
like,
You've never
dude,
heard
like
about
I've never heard. Like
What?
like as Africans, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
usually you get raised by your aunt or your auntie. So you don't. Do you know your like family?
I don't know anyone except my sister.
Hectic.
Like I could literally have relatives. Like we could be related. We'd never know.
Hey, man.
But yeah, they tried to find like a distant relative, but they couldn't find anyone. So in this case, that's why we were raised in an orphanage.
Okay, that must have been like a heavy upbringing, not knowing.
I think it was heavy in the beginning, but then at a very young age, I had to accept that, you know what, life is unfair, but everyone has their share of the unfairness in life. So in my case, it was just the fact that I didn't have parents growing up. In someone else's case, it might be they were born disabled. Someone else's case, they have parents, but the parents are very poor, or the parents are toxic, whatever it is. We all have the share of the unfairness, right?
Yeah.
But what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
So gotta keep pushing.
100%. I've never heard someone actually describe it like that, because I have like the best mom in the world, you know what I'm saying? But again, someone would look at it and say, you know, I never had a father or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly,
So we all have our struggles. But I feel like not having both parents and growing up, and identity-wise, are you like... What? So you don't know how you like where you fall, like with tribes and identity.
I don't, but I don't even want to go back into it. Like as much as right now, I could probably hire what do they call these people? Investigator to go and find out where I come from, who are my relatives or whatnot. But I'm just like, what does it change?
Yeah,
it changes nothing. I started off with a blank sheet, a blank slate, not knowing anything about myself. So I was able to form that myself. So I decided, okay, I'm going to be this person. This is what I'm going to stand for. These are the values that I'm going to take on, because there was a blank slate.
Wow. So the reason why I'm asking you this is because people have a lot of excuses, you know what I'm saying, for why they shouldn't get started and whatever. And I want people to understand your backstory, like you didn't get this on a silver platter. You know, when we get into it, like it is actually difficult for you to get started because you have every reason not to get started, because mentally, you know, it wasn't
exactly.
You know, and I think, does that actually shape the type of person you are today because of that?
Definitely. I think growing up in an orphanage, as like I said, they give you the basics: food, education, no love, no not I wouldn't say no love, but like in the same way that maybe your mom will tuck you good night, none of that sort of thing. So you had to be very independent from a very young age, and I think that that's a skill that I learned and I ran with, and that's the way that I am today. I'm very much a hustler, because I've been hustling since the age of 4 or 5. You know what I mean? We didn't have to fend for ourselves, but we didn't have anyone to rely on. If something went wrong, if someone, let's say someone smacked you at school, you knew that you're going to deal with it yourself. You're not going to go home and cry to your mom, and then she's going to come and fight your battle for you. You're on your own.
And that's why you're so tough. I've seen how much bullies, that, you know, say like you got so much. I've never seen so many people hate on a person that is literally, because we do the same thing, but I don't think I get as much backlash as you do on. I used to when I first got started, but you know, please.
Do you think maybe it's because you're a guy?
Nah, I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so. I don't think it's got gender or. I don't know what it is with TikTok. TikTok is I get that on YouTube. I used to get that on YouTube until, you know, when I first got started. I mean, I got started in 2020.
Okay.
So you are fresh. Yeah. So I don't think people they know, because you must remember with South Africa, people don't know who's real and who's not, because there's so many scammers, right?
Yes.
So I think people are trying to suss you out and find out what if you're really there for people, or, you know, I think that's why you get in the backlash. With me, you know, you can go to my content 2-3 years ago and find the people that I've helped. So with you, you get in the references now to say I've helped this person. People are now coming out. But I think my actual question is that, so your strength, I think it relies on that, because you know from like since you've been a kid how to handle bullies, no?
Yeah, no, you call them out. You call them out. I know that, like, obviously we have different personalities, and I remember I was saying to you that you asking me something about why do I always clap back. First of all, the clapping back makes me money.
Okay.
First of all, so I'm always.
How does it make you money?
It makes me money because the thing is about TikTok is I noticed that people like drama or people like negative. Something that when something negative is happening, you'll have eyes, right? So if, for example, you do something to me and I clap back in a video, those type of videos are always going to get more views. And then in those videos, there's always at least 20, 30 people. How do I join the masterclass? We always have to clap back.
I don't know. I mean, it's different from everyone. I told you.
Yeah, definitely. Yours might be a bit more clean. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's not about. Sorry, it's not about being clean. I've got so much to do. Like, dude, I'm not gonna answer to every single troll. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanna post. You say whatever you say, that's on you. I'm already doing like 10, 20 other things that I have to do. And like you and your comment, and you sit there and become that negative person. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to say something else, but anyway. So okay, let's get into the meat of this because we don't. I mean, I know you're very busy and we don't want it to be very long. So when did you start? Give me, because I heard one of your videos. You said that last year. Right, last year was a bad year for you, right? So you've started other businesses and other businesses.
Many businesses.
Like, so, tell me that.
So obviously, in growing up in an orphanage, you don't. There's no. What can I call it? Funding?
Yes.
Like no one to look after you, to give you these nice things.
Just
so if you want something nice,
boost
exactly. If you want something nice, you got to get it yourself. At 15, I wanted a phone. Everybody else in high school had a phone. I didn't have a phone. I had to get my first job at 15, and I bought my first phone. I was so proud. Right?
What did you get? How did you make the money to get your first phone?
I worked in a salon.
Wow.
I was doing hair. I taught myself how to do hair
at 15.
Well, obviously I had to do it before 15, so I could actually work in the salon. Because I was actually doing the ladies' hairs. So I worked in the salon, I made money from that, and I bought my first phone. Right? Wow. It was some MTN phone. I don't know. It literally said MTN. But I was so proud of it. And then I worked some other jobs. I've just been working since 15. I've worked at Truett's. I've worked at Spur. I worked at a design company, internship throughout my studies. And yeah, man, I've just always been a hustler. Like you always have to push. You always have to push. So obviously I've started many businesses. They fail. I try again. They fail. I try another one.
How many businesses have you started? Do you remember?
Lost count. No.
Serious?
I can't remember.
So this
they've
is not
all
already
been related to fashion.
Oh wow.
But I can't even remember how many tries I've
That is amazing.
Yeah. So the one last year I was this one was obviously had the best result. It was going somewhere, and then it wasn't.
Which one is that one?
I was a CMT.
Okay.
So I had a brand. Basically what it was is, let's say you wanted to start your own clothing brand.
Okay.
Come to us, we'll manufacture your clothing for you.
Wow.
Right? And I had a studio, I had staff, we had machines. It was going somewhere.
Yeah.
And then I think the lesson that I was meant to learn from this experience was my character and becoming that tough leader.
Yeah.
Because I was more like, lead from behind, soft, that sort of person. It doesn't help. It really doesn't help in my case. So what made my business fall was the fact that when it was time to make the hard decisions, I took too long to make them because I didn't want to hurt the other person's feelings. Say, for example, if you were my staff and you were slacking and it was costing us, it would take me too long to put my foot down and make the decision about letting you go or whatever the case. And as a result, obviously, things pile up. Especially when you're taking too long to make the call. They pile up, everything falls apart, and I lost everything. Had to let go of the staff. I was obviously outstanding on their salaries. Yeah. The clients who had ordered, made orders already and paid, I had to refund them. Was in serious debt. Had to sell everything. Was evicted from the apartment I was staying in. Homeless, living on basically like on someone's couch, that sort of thing.
This is last year, no?
Last year. This time last year.
Just see how far you've come.
It's crazy how things can change so quickly.
So quickly. This time last year, you were miserable, homeless. So when you were homeless, where are you staying? Do you have friends? Because one thing about you, I've never seen you. You're not a friend. You don't have friends, ne? Do you have friends? They're cute. I thought the assistant is like, I've never, like, you always working or do, you're getting paid, so you need to be around, you know? So, like, so what happens? Who are your friends?
I have them.
Who?
They're out there.
I'm not talking about your clients, I'm talking about your friends.
No, I really do have friends. I have friends from primary school, and those are my only friends.
Okay, no, so if shit had to hit the fan, do you have that one friend you can call and say, I need your couch?
I've got a very small number of friends from primary school, and those are my only friends.
So you're evicted, where do you go?
Okay, so this is what happened. One of the clients who came to collect her stuff, because obviously everyone had to come and get their stuff, she happened to go to the same high school as me, and then she asked me what was going on. I explained the situation. Her mom was like, you know what, I've got a spare room. Just stay there.
Shout out to her. Like,
honestly, I need to go back and buy her a Range Rover.
No, are you making Range Rover money?
I'm really not.
Range Rover. You gave it away. We know you're making Range Rover money.
Yeah. Cute. My G-Wagon, I'll buy them maybe a Range Rover. Because you know what? Had she not come that day to collect her stuff, and had she not told her mom, I don't know. I think I would have had to be forced to go back to KZN. And then, for some reason, I don't know how it felt, but I knew that, no, man, I'm here in Joburg. Things have gone very wrong, but it's not done yet. I can't go back. I don't know what the answer was, but it wasn't done.
So now you are staying in the room. In the room. What's your next step?
Okay, so I'm now in this place, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, where are we going now? I approached a guy that I knew who owned the gin brand. Yes, because I knew.
That's nice. I thought you were gonna bring me a gift as a gin. What's that? Like, what type of people do I have here? Like, like you could have just said, because I know you and the money. I could have swiped for it. What else at least? Like, I do what type of entrepreneur you are.
I don't have any stock. I'm sorry. So I approached him, and I knew that their social media wasn't doing particularly well, and I felt like, you know what, I know how to do social media. I can help you. So pitched the idea. He was like, okay, sharp. So that was the first step, right? So now I can at least take care of myself, basically, right? So from there, I moved out of that room. I got to that apartment that I'm living in now.
That apartment is nice.
Mind you, I got that apartment and I had like 20 rands in my account.
You talk about the penthouse looking...
That penthouse one. I got it. I had 20 rands in my account. When I went, because I obviously knew I couldn't stay in that place for long. I need to move, right? So I saw this one being advertised on Facebook. I'm like, let me just go for a viewing. I went there, and something in my spirit was like, cute.
You can afford this.
You can't right now, but you're gonna afford it. Sharp. I go back and I speak to this lady. She's kind of been in my life for the longest time, since I was a kid. Not like a mom, but like a mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I went to her. I was like, listen, I found this place. I have no money, but I feel like I need to be there for some reason. Can you please spot me? Right? We fought for a very long time, because obviously the whole time the business was falling, she was there saving me, catching me, blah, blah, blah. She was like literally, this is going to be the last time. After this, I can't help you anymore. Not because I don't want to, but because I wouldn't be able to. I was like, I promise you it's going to be the last time. Right? She helped me, got the apartment. Technically, the apartment is under her name right now. Even though I'm the one paying the rent, it's under her name. So, because obviously my papers wouldn't.
So do you have bad credit right now?
No,
not anymore.
I did.
You did.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Hey.
So I think we must advise. What advice would you give like your younger self when it comes to credit?
Get cards, man. Get accounts.
Okay.
My credit was bad because I have no history.
Like I'm a cash person as well.
Do you know what I mean?
Like
I'm still kind of struggling with that right now. Like, at least I don't owe anyone. But you don't exist. Exactly. Now these banks don't trust me. I'm like, guys, it's there. Like, you can see the money. It's there. Like, you don't want to trust me.
So guys, while you're still young, please look at your credit. Like, learn about credit score. Learn about all these
Even
things.
if you get like a SIM card.
Yeah,
like a telecom SIM card or something, just to exist. Some of us, it's always the entrepreneurs.
I know. We don't exist there. We're like, I can pay the whole year. I can pay the rent. Come.
Yeah. So she finally budged, got the place, and I moved in. I was doing this content work for the gin guys. It was paying me some money, and then slowly I started furnishing the apartment. Because I have a design background, when I started furnishing it, it started looking good. And when I had people over, this one guy particularly, he was like, "No, man, dude, this looks like a hotel." Bing.
That's where the idea comes
That's where
from.
it started. I went, spoke to management. I was like, this is what I want to do. They were like, sharp. I put it on Airbnb. 2 days later, my first booking came in. Back to back to back to back to back.
How much was your how much was the rental for per night?
The rent? Yeah. Oh, the rate per night? It was $650.
650.
Yeah, it was very low.
No, that's expensive. 650.
No, that's very
oh no, 650. I thought you said 6,000. Sorry, my bad. 650.
650 because I only had the basics. Mind you, when I started, I didn't even have all the furniture that I needed. I was
650 per night. Okay, my bad.
I was literally hiring furniture from one of my neighbors.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I knew I wanted to do Airbnb, but I didn't have a fridge.
Where did you get the information?
Microwave. I didn't have any information. I just started.
Serious? So you went on Airbnb and just...
I downloaded the app, I put up some pictures, and I got bookings. I did not
2 days later?
2 days later, this person is arriving. I'm like, whoa!
And then what do you do? Like, do you know how to run? Do you know how to run an Airbnb at the time?
I was gonna figure it out
as you go.
And I made a lot of mistakes. That's one thing I regret.
Yes. You shouldn't.
Okay, yeah. I don't regret, but you know. I don't know. You know what I mean?
If you didn't learn, I don't think you'd be teaching right now because you've made those mistakes. So it's all the experiences that you do have.
Very true.
So you need to make the mistakes so that because there's no business. This is not a MLM or a pyramid. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't learn throughout your journey, you can't be a teacher.
Exactly.
So one thing I've seen with my, sorry to cut you. One thing I've seen with my YouTube channel is that people will listen to everything I say, start their own YouTube channel, and say whatever I've said. But I was speaking out of experience.
Exactly.
You see, so with that YouTube channel, I know it's not gonna last for long. You know, because there's things that I know that are, you know what I'm saying. So you can't copy and paste all the time. You know, because I'm talking exactly of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between you and I think it's gonna be a longevity because you've been there and you made the mistakes.
Yeah, man, I made these mistakes.
Yeah.
Stupid things.
Like what?
Like, for example. There's a setting on. You are on Airbnb now.
Yes, I am.
Still, how's the house going?
No, it's good.
Is it?
Yes.
When are we going over?
Which one?
The one up there in the Bundes.
No, that one is very private right now. You know.
No, I want to go to that one.
No. I'm gonna be done soon.
Because it looks very like remote. It's very
beautiful.
remote.
It's amazing.
Like, it's an escape.
Yeah. So that one is gonna be basically so Kuluma, but that one is. I think when I thought Airbnb, the first thing I was like, I have to own the property.
Yeah.
I don't wanna, you know what I'm saying.
You wanted to do it that way.
But the Airbnbs that I have around here are helping to pay off.
Nice.
You see,
building that one.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. What did you ask me?
I was asking you. What did I also asking you? So I was asking you basically the mistakes that you've made.
Oh, as an example. Let me think.
I think you were talking about the back end.
There's a setting on the app called instant booking.
Yes.
No.
Oh, you didn't turn that off.
I didn't know.
So and people are rocking up.
No, they're rocking up. And they've paid, and I can't host them. It was bad.
Can you explain that to someone who's watching and doesn't understand?
If you are on Airbnb, there's a setting called instant bookings. What it is, it's for the benefit of the guest. So they can go onto the app at any time and just make a booking. They like your place, they make the payment, and then you just get notified. Congratulations, queue is arriving in 20 minutes. Hey,
you're not ready.
No warning at all. So obviously in this case, you'll end up with a lot of double bookings, especially if you're using other apps, or you might not be prepared in terms of the cleaning of the space, that sort of thing. It's big trouble. So if you're on Airbnb, make sure that you turn off instant bookings. If that's the only thing you take from me, turn off instant bookings. It will save you a lot of money. So,
okay, now you've got your apartment. You're now running your Airbnb. You're starting to make money. If someone books, where do you go?
Hey, I made a plan. I know my space is a 1-bedroom apartment, but I've converted it into a studio so that my personal belongings I just keep in that room, and then I'll lock the door when I leave, right? Okay. Now, where am I going? Doesn't matter where I'm going, as long as I'm not in there. So whether it's knocking on a neighbor's door, can I please stay the night, blah, 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 I'll pay you.
Are you hectic?
Huh?
Are you hectic?
No, I'm a hustler.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
hi, yeah.
So I would literally never have a booking. I can pay you per night that I stay there, because obviously they're paying $650. Okay, I'm going to take off maybe this much to pay. And maybe, remember, I'm also hiring some of these furniture because I didn't have. So a lot of the money.
Are you making profit?
Yes, I was making profit. It took some time because obviously I'm paying for all of these other things. But eventually it balanced out where I didn't have to hire all this furniture anymore, because now I saved up to buy my own. Got my own fridge, microwave, all the stuff. The whole place looks is fully furnished now. Even a new mattress, because that was another mistake.
Buying a new mattress. You have to buy a new mattress.
You know what? Your whole Airbnb can be secondhand stuff. So like I use Facebook Marketplace a lot.
Yes.
However, the only place that you cannot
mess up
the bed. The bed has to be hotel standard, like the bedding and the bed as well. Everything else can be secondhand. Now, my bed was the bed that I started with was not comfortable, so had to buy a new bed.
Yeah, because people were complaining about
had to buy a new bed. But that's okay. I did it. So yeah, I would stay maybe at a neighbor's place. In the beginning, it was very much neighbors. And then I reached the point where, okay, now I can afford to maybe just book a cheaper Airbnb than my own. So there was a lady who I know who has, you know when they do just one room, like 200 Rand for the room or something. Yeah. So I'd stay there.
So how much did you make your first month?
My first month, let's talk about my first week.
Okay, first week.
Fully booked.
Yeah.
I think I made my rental back in about 8 days or something.
Your rental for the place?
My rent for that apartment.
Let's say your rental is about
7.5. I made it back in my
your first week. So that means the next 3 weeks it's profit.
And this is why I don't understand why people want me to buy a property. I'm like,
nah, there's no need to buy property.
There's no need.
Especially at your age.
Yes, that's another thing.
And especially with what's going on in the country right now. Like, it makes no sense to buy your
unless you're buying it to stay in it. Like, you want to live in it.
Yeah, you still,
oh yeah, that's the thing. I don't
like,
want to
you might go to New York and do Airbnb.
I might go to New York tomorrow. Who knows?
Because Airbnb is national. Exactly. Like, it's global.
Exactly.
I'm so impressed.
For that point, the fact that I'm able to make what my landlord is making and some without actually having to commit to buying the property. Guys.
Is it the location? Can you explain, like, is it the location that you think you get more people coming in?
When we say location, I mean Joburg as a whole. You could literally be anywhere in Joburg and you could see the same result. Obviously, there are smaller towns, cities.
Like Vaal.
Cities.
You know the Vaal. I'm from the Vaal.
That sounds very dry. I don't know where that is.
Yeah, it sounds very dry. That's why I'm taking you guys. When people here finish bullying you guys and you have stress and you have anxiety, you must come there to me. It's very quiet.
I don't know about the Vaal.
It's beautiful.
Maybe for that aspect, you could rely on weekend-only bookings. Because here in Joburg, you're good. You can set it at a lower price because you know that even during the week, you're still going to get bookings. Yeah. Whereas I know people in Harties who are making like 40, 50K and only getting weekend bookings.
I think my first mistake is not explaining what you do. Can you explain it? Like, just dumb it down.
Airbnb, like what is Airbnb?
Yeah, like what you do basically.
I'm an Airbnb host, and Airbnb is a platform that people use when they are traveling to, let's say, Durban, for example. If you're going to Durban, you're going there for maybe 3 nights. You need a place to stay. Instead of booking a hotel, you can go into Airbnb and book someone's apartment. Now, these apartments, generally, what was happening is that... Okay, generally what was happening is that most people who were putting these apartments up on Airbnb were people who owned these properties. So now we figured out a way to do it without actually having to own the properties, and that's what I do.
All right. Okay, guys, so you see there's 2 different teachers. She explained it the way that your high-level lecturer, the one that knows English, can explain it. Now I'm going to explain it the way I'm a cast, like a cast, right? On a little room, you have a room, you have an apartment. When you have that room or apartment, you turn it into something called Airbnb. People come and they go on an app and they book.
Yes.
Ne? After they book, you actually host them, but you don't have to be there. Ne? You can't be there when people come. Or you can. Some people can.
Guys, give them their
but you can't be there. And then you get a portion. But how does it work of making a profit is basically making sure that per night, how do you can you give us pointers of like how people can make? I mean, obviously you started with 650. Now it's higher. So people don't undercharge themselves and make.
Okay, so it depends on your area, also the size of the unit that you have. So let's say you have a room in. Give me an area.
Val.
In Val. Okay, so how you're going to figure it out is you're going to have to search for the other spaces in Val as well. So let's say you have a one bedroom apartment. You will search for the other one bedrooms in the Val as well. And that's how you know on average how much I can be making on Airbnb. There's some areas that you can get away with 5,000 rand a night, and some areas that you won't be able to get away with that.
And Joburg, you can get away with it, ne? In Cape Town.
Joburg, certain areas in Joburg, Cape Town definitely, even Durban sometimes. But more than the location, it's about what is the space offering?
So how many Airbnbs do you have? Do you have others outside Joburg?
I don't have any outside Joburg, unfortunately. In total, I've got 10.
Nice.
But none of them are outside Joburg. I think I haven't really been focusing on fishing for more properties. If maybe I wasn't doing the classes, I would have probably had, I don't know how many, it would have been countless at this point.
Let's talk about the classes.
The class.
Lovely. Yes. So you run master classes?
Yes.
By the way, let me give you your props. You know the word master class, I got it from you. I didn't call it master class.
Really?
Nah, I never called my stuff.
What are you calling it?
Course. It's an online course. It's an online course. So I started seeing that this online course thing, people get scared. Like people want certificate. Yeah, they want a certificate. Like I'm like, I want a certificate.
Can we just start with that point? Lately, I've been having a lot of people asking, do I get a certificate after this? Guys.
So your 250 your 250 is the certificate. Like your printing is your proof of payment.
Guys, my point is this: not everything that has a certificate is what's going to change your life.
Yeah.
People who have dropped out of university, people who don't have qualifications are doing some amazing things. So stop relying so much on that certificate.
Yeah, I think the word masterclass, when I first bumped into your content, I was like, okay, masterclass, because I've been running, I slack a lot on that in that area of teaching. Because I can't run online stores and then also like have YouTube videos and then on top of that.
But please get someone to do it for you because we want to learn.
Yes. So with the masterclass thing, when did you get started? When did the idea come?
All right. So obviously I had my first Airbnb. Was fine. Then I got the other ones. At the time it was 2 more. I got them from a Tinder date.
Oh, okay, tell us more. Went on a Tinder date, yes. Tell us more. So you went on Tinder dates?
I went on a Tinder date. You know, obviously the question, what do you do, is going to come up, right? This person says he's in property. I'm like, listen, sir, let's put this nonsense off the table. He said, these were his words. These were his words. Let's make each other rich.
Nice.
And I was like, yes, let's. Right? So got the properties. I was just posting them on TikTok to advertise the properties, to get bookings, because that's what you're supposed to do. People were more interested in how I was able to get these properties than actually booking them. And they kept asking questions. I'm like, these people are asking me so many questions. And then I was chilling with some guy and he's like, then teach them, charge them. So I started a masterclass. It was 250 to start off with, and I had 10 people in my first class.
No, it wasn't 250. It was the 150.
No. The very first class. Yes, it was 250. I must go find the post. It's still up there.
Why did you take it down?
Listen.
Okay, not bad.
It was 250, and the first class had 10 people, which was super exciting. And then I had a second class, and then a third class, I think. Then it was the Easter weekend, so I was like, you know what? Let me do an Easter like promotion. What? 100 rand. Full to capacity. Full. Made my first 10K on that masterclass. That one for 100 rand. That's when I knew, you know what, actually, a lot of people are interested in this.
Learning.
And if I just make it affordable and accessible to everyone, then they have a chance.
How do you feel about the backlashes that you're getting about teaching and stuff like that and whatever?
Hey, man, I don't care.
You get a lot, though.
Oh, a lot of backlash, a lot. But here's my thing. In the beginning, it would bother me, especially before I started seeing the results. Because obviously these things take time. If I'm teaching someone, it's going to take them a bit of time to find
actually give you a, like, this actually works, and thank you to Q.
Exactly. So when it was in the very beginning and people were like, scam, what, you know, that sort of thing, it almost got to me. I almost wanted to stop because I thought, you know what, like, I haven't seen any results yet. Maybe I am a scam. It worked for me, but maybe it's not going to work for everybody else. Then they started coming. Q, I just got my first Airbnb. Q, I got 10 Airbnbs. There's a girl who has 137 Airbnbs.
137. I saw someone says that's cap. Like, I was like,
that video made me laugh so much.
Yeah. I saw someone saying like this, and it's all guys. Why do you think guys are the ones? Yeah,
it's the guys. It's mostly women.
Is it?
Mostly
okay, the guy that I was fighting, because people came on because I remember I made a video
you were
about,
clapping like, that millionaire guy, Rams billionaire. That guy.
Yeah, now you advertised him, but everybody else, Anyway, just edit that out, please.
Take him out.
Thank you. Just beep. Thank you. So can't do that for free. Never that. What was I saying? Like, when I first. Actually, when I saw the backlash that you were getting, is people now recruiting other people to do the same with. But because I'm an entrepreneur and I know how things are, instead of me going to your content and becoming like, I was attracted to the hustler that you were, and I was just so inspired. I mean, at the age of 25, like, you're doing so much, and I was seeing you guys travel, and I was like, oh, bruh, at 25, Tina was cool. You know what I'm saying? So, I think your story needs to be shared more of what you have been doing, and the fact that you made 10K and you keep on making this money. How many streams of income do you have now?
At the moment, 3. So it's the Airbnbs, it's the masterclass, and then some content creation work that I do. But obviously there's a lot of other things that are still in the pipelines that take up a lot of time to build up. So that will make number 3, number 4, and 5. Hopefully they'll start soon.
Definitely. So how much you made your first meal? Let's talk about that. Like, how long did that take?
So the mill itself comes from the masterclasses, and that's why we'll talk about that.
You made a meal from the masterclasses?
Yeah.
Hey. Also, that's why you always live.
Yes.
I swear, like, I told you this after, like, I was like, you always, like, every time I go on TikTok,
like, that's where
you actually get to interact with people and stuff like that. Yeah, I've seen that. Every time I go live, people are more willing to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because they have questions, you answer the questions right there and then.
Yeah, exactly. And you give so much value. I think that's very important that people understand. Yeah, you do give so much value, and you should be charging for. I don't think people complain when they go to university.
That's my chat.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you fail at university. Bro. You don't go back to the university and be like, I paid 45,000 and I failed. So they didn't teach me well here in this university. So it's the same thing.
My college fees were $500,000, and I'm still not an interior designer.
And
am I going to ask them for a refund?
Nothing,
bruh. Never. I think, like, sharing information is very important. Education is key, and we are in the information age. So information that makes money right there and then. Yeah, not being taught business by a guy who doesn't own business. Like, he has no business. That used to piss me off. I mean? Like, you don't even have a business, but okay, Lela, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm a professor. Anyway, so I think just a few more questions and then we can close it. And again, thank you so much for this. When someone is watching this interview, they want to get started, right? They say, okay, I also want to make. And shout out to you. What are you doing? Before I get into that question, what are you doing with your meal? I spent it on McDonald's.
Wow, okay.
I really did. No, here's the thing,
that's like 10K.
Our first, when we say we made our first meal, I think people get it misunderstood. Yeah. They think that there's R1 million that came in all at once. No, we're saying from the masterclasses, we have now
accumulated.
Exactly. From the time we started in April till now, we have turned over R1 million.
Oh,
right.
Yes.
That took us 7 months. I don't know. How long is that? April to now, whatever it is.
7 months. 8 months.
Exactly. And what was your question? I lost your question.
My question is basically, what are you doing with the meal?
Oh, no, we obviously have things that we need to do.
That you have to pay for and things like that.
Got staff to pay.
What is your turnover in a month? with all your streams of income?
With all my streams, I don't know.
No, Q. You must get your act together. You must get your act together.
It's somewhere there by the 6 figures, though. That's what I was saying in the other in the videos. Because now I'm trying to encourage people to start their own masterclasses. 6 figures is anything over 100K.
Okay, so now that you are comfortable with what you're doing, what do you think you're going to expand with? What other avenues?
Well, our next journey now is encouraging people
teaching
to start
people
their
how to
own
teach
masterclasses. Yes, because I had no idea I was going to make 6 figures from a masterclass. I didn't plan on. I thought maybe some pocket money or whatnot. 6 figures every month. That's insane. And what I learned from that is that people have information to share.
Yeah, they do.
But as black people, gatekeeping has us at the neck. It has us at the neck.
Like Bonani, he could start literally teaching how to edit, how to shoot, and how to grade. That is a masterclass. You can put that on and charge people $250. I know for a fact I want that skill.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And don't be shy. Charge, bro. If it's $700, 800, 1,000 rand, like charge. Someone needs that, and someone is gonna pay for that. That's the way we're moving when it comes to education.
Let's teach each other whatever it is that you're good at or you're passionate about. That's helping you in whatever way. Teach other people. Honestly. So that masterclass is coming up as well. People are mad about that too.
They're gonna be mad for a long time. Keep on making your bank. Y'all stay mad and keep on making the bank. Okay, in closing, someone is watching this, want to get started. What would you say?
On the Airbnb or just in general?
Airbnb.
If you want to get started on Airbnb, definitely join my masterclass. This is where you learn. I honestly think that not to sound boastful or anything like that, but I think that what I offer is such high value. You know that. I know it is. Yeah, it's very high value. Every single person who's left my masterclasses leaves, they're excited, having received more than what they're expected. So if you want to learn, join my masterclass we run it every Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Just pick one day, and the class is 250 Rand. So if you want to contact me, are you going to leave my contacts?
I'll leave you
down below.
Yeah.
Just pop us a message and then we'll assist you. But if you're just talking about starting in your business in general, my advice would be start. Doesn't matter what you have, what you know, just give it a try. And if you learn along the way, that's better than not having tried at all.
100%. And just one last thing, big ups to you, man. Like,
thank you.
You inspire so many people. Like, there's always going to be, like, if you're doing well and you don't have hate, you're not really doing that well.
That's the thing. I always tell my team, whenever no one's calling us a scam on TikTok, I'm like, guys, we're not doing something right.
What is this thing? Everything is a scam nowadays.
I don't know, but we know that whenever people are calling us a scam, we know we are making the right moves. We're doing something.
100%. So don't let, I'm very happy that you never let that, derail you from the goal that you're trying to, because you're saving a lot of people's, lives and incomes, because these people that fan, and the fact that you didn't have a background, you don't have you didn't have someone to boost you up and stuff like that. You had to start from the beginning, and actually where you are right now, making 6 figures, which is that is crazy because we make 6 figures and we have to like really work at it. Like we really have to,
Guys, life is not supposed to be heavy. It's not supposed to.
Yeah, but I think everybody must. I think another thing is it's cool. Yeah, I can't be you. I can't do it like you. You can't. I definitely.
Yeah, I know I can't do it like
exactly. You understand. So I think I'm comfortable where I am.
Yes.
Although we're probably making the same figures, but I wouldn't want to do what you're doing. I would still be an e-commerce person. You know what I'm saying? So it's very vital that the youth find out what they're good at, and you know what I'm saying, and not because there's money there and I have to be there. But
true, very true.
Thank you so much for your time. Please give out your I'll put the handles over here, but you can do it as well. And just final words, and then we can go. Guys, please make sure you subscribe, go follow her, and I'll leave the link below of her masterclass. If you're interested in Airbnb, she's the best in the game. I know I said I'm gonna close. How do you feel about other people now? Everybody's popping up with Airbnb. You know what I love about dropshipping and e-commerce? You can't just.
I'm telling you,
you can't just come there and teach. It's not that easy.
It's intense. No, I've seen a lot of besides that dude. I've seen a lot of people now popping up. Oh, I'm the Airbnb guru. Oh, I'm the Airbnb.
How do you feel about that?
I'm just like, you know what? Maybe a couple of months ago it would have bothered me, but right now I think I've built my name. I've built a name for myself. I know what I'm giving out. People know me, so like I'm not even phased.
And that's it. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys soon. I'm having my next guest, very, very interesting. He's a comedian, and we want to find out about streams of income. He also comes from my hometown in the Val. Just make sure that you keep it locked right there, and make sure that you guys subscribe. We're going to talk about him. Thank you so much again, Q.
Thank you.
All the best. We're not dancing because we don't dance.
Please.
We don't dance.